About Ryoe.
Hmm?
How much does he know about me?
What do you mean?
Something he said makes me think that...
Let's see. To review a case, press X to go to screen with the relevant information. There we go.
You must be the best-selling writer. Hey.
Oh, okay. Does it go in this one then? There we go. This side must be something else. Knew she was a writer, but didn't know she was a mystery writer.
Mm-hmm. The other clue might be the... Well, let's hit left and right real quick.
Oh.
Let's see if there's anything else that pops up.
Yeah, unless there was a case of where you have to go back and look at stuff. Because I think that's the only other thing I saw was the lab coat thing.
Let's see what the lab coat leads to real quick.
He read the interview. Didn't look good in a lab coat. Rarely seen Eiji wearing a lab coat. In the interview.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I like that one a little better.
I think whatever he knows about me comes from reading the interview. He said that Eiji didn't look good in a lab coat. He must have seen the picture of Eiji in that interview.
Of course he did. I sent it to him in advance, after all. And I also told him about you, Haruka Kagami, a best-selling writer.
You didn't tell him I was a mystery writer?
Well, do you think he'd really let a pop fiction writer come in here to do a story about their centuries-old tradition?
Maybe?
By the way, where did everyone go?
Hell.
They're lighting incense at the altar.
Hell. Meh.
Boom.
What's the matter?
It's nothing. Just seem to have lost my phone strap.
Uh-oh.
Maybe
That
the
ain't good.
tree. I'll take a look later.
Depending on what that strap is, that could be a murder weapon.
Everything so far.
Could be a choking
The
hazard.
cherry blossom ceremony. This estate, the skeleton, and this Tokijiku business. Everything's a mystery. That reminds me, you mentioned some reading material?
Ah, right. This could be our first clue, I think. Eiji found it, by the way.
Shinseinen, the very first magazine to publish Edogawa Rampo.
You sure know your stuff. This issue, published nearly 100 years ago, contains the first part of a novel. The writer's name
The Wandering
is
Mummy.
Yoshino Shijima.
Shijima? As in one of Eiji's ancestors?
It was supposed to be a serial novel, but for some reason the other parts were never published. And guess what? The Tokijiku appears in the story. This is the 100-year-old murder case that Eiji mentioned.
But it's fiction, right?
Is it?
Presented that way. Yes, but what's written here actually happened.
So, it's a true story?
If you read this, you'll learn about what happened to the Tokijiku in the Taisho era.
Alright, I'll get started.
But there's just one problem.
Huh?
Some pages have holes in them, some are missing. It's not a complete story, I'm afraid.
You're right. This looks painful to read. It's full of archaic expressions, too.
But in your hands, it just might be solved.
Huh?
Or not.
How about imagining the characters as people you know in real life?
What?
For example, the young protagonist. She wants to be a writer. That sounds very much like you, doesn't it?
Then what about this partner of hers, Josie? Who would this be?
A smart, somewhat aloof man. Does anyone come to mind?
No.
Oh! I was gonna say, probably AG's the obvious answer here.
Yeah.
AG, I guess.
What's important is how easy it is for your imagination. Focus on that.
Right.
What? Why the hell are we asking you? You're an editor.
Hopefully she's a good
Try
editor.
imagining them as
I don't think she
people
is.
teaching a household.
I mean, if she can do spelling and grammar.
Of course, I'll give it a shot. We first met in the spring of 1922, the 11th year of the Taisho era.
Oop.
Industries languished after the end of the Great War, and disease ravaged the country once more. Many lives were lost during those dark days. But that was precisely why we pursued the joys and ambitions of life with even greater zeal. Democracy, the human right to
Anarchy!
liberty and equality. The flowers of modernity had bloomed, and they were growing out from the skulls of our dead. On that day, somewhere in Tokyo, at the residence of one Ginsaku Goto, a private auction was about to start.
Peekaboo.
I don't have rights.
Tokijiku, the so-called fruit of youth, would be up for sale, and so I was on the lookout for a way in. All for the sake of that fruit.
Nice costumes.
Although I admit with the ribbon there, she almost kind of looks like she's trying to be Chun-Li there.
Which is funny, because Chun-Li's Chinese.
Yeah.
Ginsaku?
As am I, dear Setsu. Well, please come in.
So from the late 1800s through the mid
Not
1920s, whatnot, Japan was definitely in like a cultural conflict with itself. The parts trying to become modern and the parts that weren't.
Yeah.
There were a bunch of Anglophiles in Japan, and also a bunch of what's the term for German-phile? I don't know.
Excuse me. That's pig's blood, isn't it? What's it for? That's an awfully fancy bottle for pig's blood. We had pigs back home, you see. I remember it well, since my darling pigs kept getting turned into food.
Well then,
You can tell from just one look.
That's quite a way to start a conversation. You want some
This
noodles
is a
and
very
pie? See, precious item.
it looks like both of those are part of the same thought, so it's weird that
Yeah.
it's doing this here.
Yeah.
Is this person going to the private auction? What are you gonna sell it as, huh? A panacea? Or dragon's blood, perhaps?
Who are you?
Well, I don't have any other options.
I'm Dave.
I can't imagine there'd be a
Yoshino Shijima.
Dave anywhere in Japan.
You're taking part in that private auction, aren't you? I'd like to attend as well. But I heard that every participant has to bring some item related to eternal youth or immortality. She seems to be an exception, though.
Who?
The woman who went inside. I'm pretty sure she has a special relationship with the organizer. I guess people like her are welcome too.
Why do you think that?
They touched each other discreetly, so the man beside them wouldn't notice. They seemed used to that.
I am a fuzzy guy.
Don't go. You don't want me telling everyone that it's just pig's blood, do you?
What do you want from me?
I want your pig's blood.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say that
Whatever.
you wanted the hat.
Just
And the hat. I have a hat like that somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's in the closet.
Your reasoning is flawed. That woman is a legitimate participant.
Hey, wait!
I should get a jacket like that someday.
Are you coming?
You let me in.
You've got a keen eye. It might come in handy.
I'm Batman.
You.
Oh, welcome.
The name's Josui Kusaka. I heard about the auction from Setsu.
You knew who she was? That's not fair.
Yes, she mentioned you. Josui, yes? Setsu's already inside. And this is?
She's my traveling companion. Please don't mind her.
I see. Well, then come in. Have some tea while we wait for the auction to start.
Ah.
Hi?
Is something wrong?
My god, it's the blue spirit from Avatar.
Oh no!
Oh wait, it's fine, it's just Zuko. I was gonna say, do I be honest or dishonest?
Let's start with honesty, why not?
Okay.
I saw something strange in that window. I had infiltrated the auction with some unexpected assistance. Now I needed an opportunity to seize the Tokijiku. Let's do this.
Leroy Jenkins!
This is going to turn into a romance plot with Eiji, isn't it?
You mean Josui, right? Not Eiji. You're just borrowing faces and voices, remember?
That's right. Back to
Sure!
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And then it turns out like we're
thank you for
like-
coming. I'm the head of this estate.
turns out we are that same person, but somehow we've been surviving for hundreds of years.
About an hour
And we don't
from
know
now.
it.
God damn it, that's the plot of the Trapped trilogy. Oh my god, we're the head of the Armor Game Z's the whole time. Spoilers if we ever LP that trilogy of games. Which we probably
You
won't.
must learn from Ginsaku. All of today's items have some relation to eternal youth.
What's the Trapped trilogy? Don't worry about it.
Will be put on display, and you'll bid for
I was gonna say,
items
is
that
Snatcher
capture
one of them?
fancy.
No.
It's
Okay.
time to show
There's a
us
bunch
how
of Flash
to
games from like
buying low and selling high. I hope we have
Almost
an
20 years ago now.
exhilarating auction.
I know anything to do with eternal youth is probably a scam, but I just love the idea of it. The romance.
I like the cut of your jib, mustache man.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait.
I hear you're a collector of strange and bizarre tales, Setsu.
Yes, that's why my curiosity is so easily piqued. What have you brought?
A hat.
A very nice hat.
Dragon's blood. Oh. Long
Oh,
sought after
clue.
by those
I
in
click.
power.
There we
There we
go.
Its
go.
ability to grant eternal youth is celebrated in legends throughout the world.
Well, she called it that it would be
Well,
dragon's blood.
A thing of immense value. If it
I know that was a big thing in certain parts where, like,
It's pig's blood.
they find a bunch of dinosaur bones and then pretend, oh, and then they say, oh, it's
Well,
dragon's bones, and use it
My
for
item
medicine.
was once kept in a certain Hachiman shrine and venerated as a relic. Legend says it's the sword of Taira no Masakado.
Oh, wow.
Lord Masakado?
Indeed.
Clue.
Lord Masakado was beheaded, and some accounts say his head never rotted. One could say that his sword is connected to agelessness, too.
Let me hold it.
Be careful.
Let me play with your sword.
Whose blood does it thirst for today, I wonder?
That's enough, Setsu.
And as for my item, are you familiar with the legend of the Tokijiku no Kaku no Konomi?
It's what Tajimomori found in the mythical land across the seas, isn't it?
I see you've done your research.
It's my job, after all.
Masanori is a medical researcher who also works for the Army Institute of Scientific Research.
I'm investigating ways to make soldiers stronger, and that includes the topic of...
Oh my god, it's
agelessness.
Hojo.
We're gonna beat up this bitch.
Apparently, a certain family has been watching over the fruit of youth for generations.
Well, that's news to me.
But then this family fell into ruin, and all the Tokijiku were lost.
Until
Although-
today.
I somehow managed to get my hands on one. Look!
Word. This is...
It was indeed a Tokijiku, the very same one I'd been trying to find. No, to reclaim.
Everything I've heard. So I thought maybe, just maybe, this could be the real deal.
Oh, you're all experts at this, aren't you? Now then, we can't leave your valuable items lying around like this. We'll store them in a locked room until the auction starts. This way, please.
Let's go.
We may have had dinner shortly before this.
We had Pisha.
Mm-hmm.
That leads to the basement.
Hold on a second. You're after the Tokijiku, aren't you?
Why
Why
do you think that?
Why do you think that?
If you will be honest with me, you can go back outside.
Fair.
Something the matter, Josui?
Ah, I'm sorry. A companion wandered off.
As they always do. This way, please.
You women with your no senses of direction and you're wandering off and doing things.
Yes. And your obsession with food.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure it's safe to put everything in here?
This door will be locked from the outside, and I'll guard this with the utmost care, so there's nothing to worry about.
What is this?
Oh, don't touch that. That's my item for the auction.
It's quite large.
Indeed. Let's have a look, shall we? Just a peek, though. One careless move, and we'll all be cursed.
Oh no.
It's the body of Oda Nobunaga.
Yes, it's a mummy. You've all heard stories about how consuming a mummy grants longevity, I suppose.
I'm sorry, what?
But
I can't imagine mummies
this
taste
is no
good.
ordinary mummy.
It's people jerky.
This here is a living corpse.
Yeah, but it probably tastes like dust by that point.
Crane. It wanders the night in search of human blood.
I bless the rains, I'm a
Whether this
Dracula.
form of eternal life brings happiness is another question altogether, of course.
So we have Yummy Mummy, got
Let's
it.
return to the manor. There's still time before the auction begins at noon. Some light refreshments in the lounge, perhaps.
Yes.
I would like a boar Ito.
I don't think they have those in this part of the world.
No!
At least in this time period.
What'll it be? Speak or leave now.
I'm going to reclaim the Tokijiku. It belongs to my family, after all.
Your family?
Yes, my family situation is somewhat complicated.
I killed them and ate them.
My father entrusted
They were
me
all
with
mummies?
Tokijiku when he told me to leave our house. But I didn't know where to go. Then I came down with a fever and fell asleep in some temple. And when I awoke,
The Tokijiku was gone.
yes, I searched everywhere to no avail. That's when I heard about this auction from an antiques dealer. I knew it'd be here. But there was no way I could scrounge up what I needed to get inside. That fruit is very precious to me. I have to get it back, no matter what.
It seems you and I have the same goal.
What?
I'm also here to steal the Tokijiku. I never intended to take part in the auction.
Just thief.
What do you say to working together? We'll join forces to get the Tokijiku.
We could use the help.
Yeah.
I could use the help.
I mean, he was nice enough to let us in here, so...
Can't let it fall into your...
We'll discuss that later. In any case, you still seem to be in bad shape. It's fine if you want to make an enemy of me. But then, I'll tell everyone the truth about you.
But...
means no, Setsu.
Come on, Gensaku, please.
Have a reputation to uphold.
But it's a brilliant idea, isn't it?
I won't allow it. You are not getting this key.
Don't worry. No one will suspect a thing. I'll just tamper with their items a bit, you know? Make it look like mice got into the room. Then, our items will go for higher prices. And we can get theirs for cheap.
I've already told you no. My dear Setsu, don't you realize how crass you sound right now?
Acting!
You have to understand, Gensaku. I told so many people about this auction and gathered all these
She just
items
pocketed
here.
the key, didn't she?
Oh.
I'm
Because-
guessing, yeah.
I want you to live even just a little bit longer. You'll give me the key, won't you?
Oh, the key wasn't even on his person at that point.
No one can know that you got the key from me. Return it when you're done.
What's wrong? You're burning up.
I'll be fine. You must get the Tokijiku.
Because I am female, and therefore inferior.
I mean, to be fair, she's sick.
Yeah. I am woman in Japan in the 1920s.
Not again. How long was I out for?
About 20
14
minutes.
days.
20 minutes. Then it's almost...
Almost noon means it's not noon!
How are you feeling?
I'm fine. We've got to find the Tokijiku.
So will it be? I think it's best for us to work together.
So do I.
Yeah.
Fine. The Tokijiku is mine, though.
If you say so. You've got grit, I like that.
I got true grit.
But are they magic grits?
Are you telling me the laws of physics cease to function in your kitchen?
And she's alone in there. Now's our chance to get the fruit.
Let's go. Can you walk?
Yes.
The door's locked.
We missed the perfect opportunity. I'm sorry. If only I hadn't passed out.
Damn, immune system not working.
Ah, it's you two. Everyone's looking for you. What were you doing here?
We were totally going to go make out.
I may have been thinking.
What are you up to? We'll be honest with you. We saw Setsu ask Ginsaku to give her the key to this room. I thought she might do something to the auction items, so he came to take a look.
Setsu has the key? Are you sure?
Yes, but she doesn't seem to be here anymore. She must have gone back to the manor.
Actually, she's not there either.
What? Not even in Ginsaku's room.
Indeed. The auction is going to start any minute now. Are you sure she's still not in there?
Oh, the door's locked, so we can't get
The door's
in.
locked.
Setsu! Setsu! Are you in there? Setsu!
This is...
Oh no.
Wait! Is this... blood?
I hope it's not Chris's blood.
It's Santa.
And his fat ass.
And his fat ass. He got a bad scrape after he got stuck down the chimney. Because Japan was well known for celebrating Christmas in the 1920s. The facts that this video presents about Japan may be, what's the term I'm looking for?
Interesting?
Grossly inaccurate, yes.
It's just the guy who studied ancient Japan.
Technically, I studied modern Japan, and
Okay.
as a hobby, I looked into Sengoku-era Japan a little bit.
And read a lot of Usagi Yojimbo.
Mm-hmm. Which is great, by the way.
How many want to say it's going to be Setsu's body? Or Setsuo's body, whatever her name is.
Or she dribbled the pig's blood everywhere.
Is that the mummy?
Yummy Mummy is attacked!
Run away!
Perhaps she disguised herself as the Yummy Mummy.
Or somebody else disguised as the mummy and killed her.
What's going on?
The mummy! The mummy's alive! That masked mummy, the one Ginsaku brought.
It was holding a sword covered in blood!
How absurd. Are you sure you aren't imagining things?
Have you been into the
I saw it with
sake?
my own eyes. There were red stains in front of the storeroom door, and they were all along the corridor, and then there it was.
Kinu, have you been here the whole time since the items went in the storeroom?
No, I've just been wandering about the manor. Ginsaku and Masanori also went about their business, I'm sure.
So everyone was in separate places.
No alibis.
Where did Setsu go?
Ginsaku, where have you been?
Oh, Setsu's missing. I've been looking for her the whole time.
Perhaps she was killed by the mummy. Perhaps she touched something she wasn't supposed to, and this is her punishment.
Ginsaku, you gave Setsu the key to the storeroom, didn't you?
I don't know what
We
you're...
actually saw you hand over the key to her. She was going to damage the other items to reduce their value, isn't that right?
I told her... I was against it, but...
Yeah, you didn't
Setsu
fight
gave me
very
the
hard,
key.
did you?
No. That was the only key.
You're an idiot.
I was gonna say, you should at least have one
The door to the
duplicate.
storeroom was locked just now. We saw the mummy outside the room, which means...
I see. That mummy must have taken the key from Setsu and then locked the door.
Wait a minute.
Why?
What's all this about the mummy?
Your mummy, Ginsaku, might be a real living corpse after all.
Oh, you're serious.
Ah, shit. This is the third time this has happened this month.
I'm assuming we gotta find Setsu first. Mainly because she has the damn key!
In any case, first, we have to find Setsu.
Masanori, you'll go.
Wait, why me?
Me?
You're in the army, aren't you? You're probably the only man here who could win a fight.
But I'm allergic to mummies.
We're counting on you.
Fine.
Arcane Griffin's like, oh boy, a mystery. Nope. She is not a fan of mummies.
Understandable.
She loves the movie though.
I mean,
The one with Brendan Fraser.
well, those are fun movies.
Those are great. Yeah.
At least the first two are. Third one, not so much.
I think I've only seen the first one.
And then for some reason they made a TV series, even though it was like...
Oh, the cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon series, even though it took place, like, apparently
I searched every
before the
inch of
events of The Mummy 2, but everything was wrapped up fine in The Mummy
I looked
2.
around it, but couldn't get inside. The door is still locked after all.
I remember catching a couple episodes of that cartoon. I was not a fan.
Okay, check the storeroom.
We should definitely take a closer look at that mummy.
Yeah, totally, so it could bite our faces
Let's
off.
go and check the storeroom together.
Good idea. Let's bring something to break the lock with.
It's been nice knowing you, folks.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh yeah, you see the mummy's no longer there. And up there she is.
Setsu!
Terrible.
Up, and there's the dragon's blood.
The sword's been taken.
Yep. She did say she was trying to destroy the place.
The Tokichiku. It's gone.
The mummy.
A body has been discovered.
There it is.
And there's another body.
Just a dried up old mummy. But then, what did we see earlier?
But there's blood around the mummy's mouth. And he's got the key. And a bloodstained sword.
We have to inform the police.
Wait,
How are you gonna explain this to the police?
who knows what we'll be accused of?
You think we should run away?
If you run now...
Yeah, how do you explain this? Yeah, we were having this questionable auction, and then this one guy had a mummy,
We'll
and
have
then
to
the mummy
inform
came to
police
life and
eventually.
murdered somebody.
Then we'll be suspects.
That's why we'll figure it out first. Before the police get here. We'll find the killer and prove it with hard evidence.
Hard evidence, of course.
What happened today? Who did what and where? We have to recall every last detail. There must be a clue somewhere. And when we find the killer, I'm sure we'll find the Tokijiku too.